It's Wednesday, November 5th. In the headlines, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness announces housing support for hurricane-affected Jamaicans. Westmoreland Health Department urges vigilance against waterborne diseases after Hurricane Melissa. In business news, Central and Western Jamaican small businesses devastated. Regionally, Caribbean urged to work together to strengthen resilience. And in sports, West Indies captain eyes momentum ahead of New Zealand tour. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The preliminary estimate of damage caused by Hurricane Melissa has been placed between $6 billion and $7 billion, representing approximately 28 to 32% of Jamaica's gross domestic product for the 2024-2025 fiscal year. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness provided the update during a statement to the House of Representatives on Tuesday, noting that the figures reflect the widespread impact of the Category 5 hurricane across multiple sectors.
A major hit to our economy. And I want the country to appreciate that we have never had a disaster of this magnitude with this economic footprint in terms of the impact.
Dr. Holness said the country is expected to experience a temporary slowdown in economic activity, particularly in the hardest hit parishes.
It means that the other 60% of the island must double our economic output. Fields destroyed in St. Elizabeth, in Manchester, in Westmoreland, must be replaced by fields brought into production in St. Thomas, in St. Mary, in Clarendon, in St. Catherine.
The Prime Minister also noted that small and medium-sized enterprises in sectors such as retail, manufacturing, services, and the creative industries have suffered significant losses and will need liquidity and recovery support to rebuild inventories, repair facilities, and restart operations. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has announced a series of housing relief measures to support Jamaicans whose homes were damaged by Hurricane Melissa, including a 6-month mortgage moratorium for National Housing Trust customers in the hardest hit parishes.
Speaking in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, Dr. Holness said the moratorium will apply automatically to mortgages in severely affected parishes.
St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover, Trelawney, St. James, Manchester, and St. Anne. This measure will assist some 20,000 homeowners. For all other parishes, the NHT will continue to consider individual moratorium applications for those who have lost income or face special hardships.
He added that the NHT will consider individual applications for assistance from homeowners in other parishes not covered under the automatic moratorium. As part of the broader building support program, the NHT will also offer a $3.5 million home improvement loan to help affected homeowners carry out repairs. In addition, a special grant will be made available.
We're also working with our international partners and the private sector to identify housing solutions, as I said before, that can be rapidly deployed at scale across most parishes. And as I said before, Minister Montague is working on that. There are some really viable, pre-built, prefabricated housing solutions. They may not be block and steel, but they are very durable and can be rapidly deployed as shelter solutions.
The Westmoreland Health Department is urging residents to take extra precautions to protect their health following the passage of Hurricane Melissa, which caused widespread damage and disrupted water supplies across several communities. Chief Public Health Inspector Steve Morris says the department has identified several public health risks, including the emergence of new springs and surface water in various areas that may be contaminated. He is urging residents to avoid bathing or washing in roadside water sources and to treat all water intended for domestic use. He says, quote, "If you are getting that water for drinking, you need to treat it first. Add chlorine bleach and let it stand for 30 minutes before use. Wading in contaminated water can also lead to leptospirosis, so people must be careful." End quote. Mr. Morris also warned that the increase in stagnant water could lead to mosquito breeding, heightening the risk of dengue and other vector-borne diseases. Like many of these small businesses in Western Jamaica, entrepreneurs in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth have lost millions of dollars in equipment and products due to the devastating impact of Hurricane Melissa. But for them, it's a story of resilience. When our news team visited Manifest Plaza, shop owners were cleaning the debris from the flood. Amarine Foster is the proprietor for Easy Door Flowers.
We do bridal gowns, jacket suits, gift items, gift baskets. We lost just about 95% of what is in here. At the moment, we're trying to do some cleanup, but it's a far way to go. Maybe another 2-3 weeks.
Despite the setback, she is looking towards the future.
You were telling me that you lost a piece of equipment. Tell me which equipment you lost so someone who's watching would be able to probably grant you another one to get your business rolling.
We have a double door cooler that we keep the fresh flowers in. Just buy it. It's new brand, but we lose it. So we wouldn't mind if somebody could offer us one for the time being.
She says she will be open for business and she can be contacted via phone at 876-437-2500 or email at easydoorflowers@gmail.com. A couple doors down at a AAA meat shop, Antonio says he lost over $1 million worth of meat.
Flood, all the way up to your waist. Bad. Fridge gem damage, computer system damage, everything, honestly.
What can the government do or someone who is doing relief efforts do to help you, sir?
Well, obviously, if they can give us a grant to start, but that would be very, 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 very good. I don't know what they can do, but I'd highly appreciate it. Honestly, I highly appreciate it.
All right, so what are your plans for the future? Are you giving up or you have hope you can get everything started again?
No, I'm not giving up, you know. That is not an option because it's business overall. It's business overall. So right now, I'm going to continue. So I'm just doing some cleaning right now to get everything started back as soon as possible.
He says he also lost dry goods and he's yet to check on his deep freezers that shows evidence of flood damage.
Because I lose rice, flour, peas, meats may end up reaching late because the road was blocked. So I couldn't get the chance to come across the water. So it's a lot. Honestly, it's a lot. So we have to just pick the pieces up right now. That's all it is. Yeah.
What do you have to say about other entrepreneurs like you who is devastated? I just interviewed someone a while ago. She's crying. Any words of encouragement because you're a fighter, right? Any words of encouragement to your fellow Jamaicans who have lost homes or businesses?
My word is don't give up because that's not an option. It's just a part of life because it's just a natural disaster. It's just a natural disaster, so never give up. Just continue.
In New Holland, Mr. Kaka's bar was destroyed. The only evidence of its existence is the tiled floor and what was once his collection of unique liquor and glass bottled sodas. Tell me about your bar. What was the name and how long was it open
I have 30 a year now. Same board bar, 30 a year. Heavy liquor. Yeah. And good friends and things pass through. No, you don't get no eyeglass at this bar. TV mash up, fridge gone, liquor gone.
Despite the setback, Mr. Kaka says he will reopen as soon as possible to provide a rest stop for his community and those traveling the corridor heading towards Black River. Tax Administration Jamaica has extended the deadline for filing and paying consumption taxes following the disruption caused by Hurricane Melissa. The new deadline for September and October returns, including GCT, SCT, telephone call tax, and guest accommodation room tax, is now Friday, November 28, 2025. With no penalties for late filing or payment. Returns must be filed online at jamaicatax.gov.jm, and payments can be made through the e-services platform, online banking, or direct transfer. TAJ says the extension is part of efforts to ease the burden on taxpayers affected by the hurricane. Time now for the Business Report with Denise Williams.
Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. In scenes reminiscent of 2005 Hurricane Katrina's devastation on the small business sector in 4 states in the U.S. 2 decades ago, Hurricane Melissa has brought the small business sector in Western Jamaica to a heartbreaking standstill. Floodwaters, widespread power outages, and destroyed livelihoods have left communities in St. James, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth reeling, and the cries for compassion and coordinated relief are growing louder. Curtis Hilton, architect, builder, and chapter leader of the Small Business Association of Jamaica's Montego Bay chapter, shared a poignant first-hand account of the crisis, marking himself safe, but describing a city and region in distress. He states, "Many have lost their homes and their small businesses entirely. 8 days later, many are still without food, clothing, water, or light." End quote. According to Hilton, the numbers tell a grim story. 90% of craft shops in Montego Bay's craft market are damaged or destroyed. 80% of small cook shops and restaurants are closed due to lack of power and refrigeration. Dozens of rural grocery shops, mostly plywood and zinc structures, are flattened. Thousands of livelihoods across tailoring, farming, auto repair, taxi service, and call centers have been disrupted. For the trading period ending November 3, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Atlantic Hardware and Plumbing Company Limited, with 3,202,497 units, representing 30.08% of market sales volume. Trans Jamaica Highway Limited, with 1,696,102 units, representing 15.93% of market sales volume. Sagicor Select Funds Limited Financial, with 974,252 units, representing 9.15% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On November 4, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $51.69 million purchased and US $41.95 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $2.25 per dollar, selling the US at $159.52 and buying the US at $161.77. The Canadian dollar netted Forex trader of $1.27 per transaction, with selling at $115.82 and buying at $114.55. The British pound yielded forex traders $1.46 in profits, with selling at $211.80 and buying at $210.34. For our credit report tip of the day, when everything you've built comes crashing down, waiting won't fix it. Action will. The first move for financial recovery? Grab your credit report and treat it like a blueprint for rebuilding. Every number, every account, every mark tells you exactly where to strike, what to fix, and how to climb back stronger. Don't let fear or shame hold you back. Take control, make the calls, dispute the errors, and map your comeback. Your future isn't waiting for you. It's being built one decisive step at a time. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.
In regional news, the recent destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa continues to fuel conversations across the region about resilience and sustainable development. At the opening of a regional infrastructure conference, Cheryl Senhouse, Finance Innovation Director at Caribbean Climate Smart Accelerator, urged Caribbean nations to work together to strengthen resilience. Deanza Roberts has been following the 3-day conference.
The devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa has once again underscored the vulnerability of small island states and has renewed determination to rebuild stronger. Finance Innovation Director Cheryl Senhouse says the event came at a time when Caribbean countries are reflecting deeply on the real meaning of infrastructure.
What this storm and the aftermath has taught us again is that every moment is both precious and unpredictable, requiring us to make the most of it. Let's hold our loved ones, our communities, and our populations close, and enter each day with purpose, understanding that we've always been the ones we've needed to deliver us from any challenge. As we stand with the rest of the region at this time, we recognize a few important things that, for me, I will reiterate in closing. First, even though things aren't going to plan, there are slivers of hope. If we work together, we have the chance to create a tipping point of change.
She highlights examples of hope from Jamaica's bus system to this country's electric bus fleets that she says shows that the region can be forward-thinking.
Here in Barbados, 59 electric buses now represent 89% of the transport fleet for government, cutting diesel use and saving about $4 million annually. That is US $4 million annually. Jamaica, as mentioned, also provides what I consider to be one of the best regional examples of a public-private partnership. Highway 2000 created an entirely new road network, extending connections, linking communities, and creating new opportunities for commerce. Jamaica was transformed by this remarkably forward-thinking initiative, a testament to what vision, collaboration, and courage can achieve.
Ms. Senhouse says, while no infrastructure can withstand the force of a Category 5 hurricane, collaboration, smart investment, and trust among Caribbean neighbors can build lasting resilience.
While we have to acknowledge the reality of the limits we face, that doesn't mean that there aren't opportunities. So what are those opportunities in this moment? I'll highlight just a few of them for you today. On transportation systems, globally, and here in the Caribbean, there are strong statistics showing the implementation of renewable-based transportation systems. In fact, transport accounts for nearly 39% of emissions in Latin America and the Caribbean.
That message of unity and innovation echoes across the region as governments and development agencies continue to search for ways to fund climate-smart infrastructure and safeguard Caribbean lives and livelihoods. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
A new regional tourism partnership has been launched in the Eastern Caribbean, aimed at boosting travel, strengthening connections, and showcasing the shared beauty of neighboring islands. Officials say the initiative represents a major step toward greater collaboration across the region's tourism sector. SKN Newsline's Glenn Bart has the details.
The Eastern Caribbean's newest tourism-oriented collaboration became reality when the Four Islands One Escape travel program was launched 1st November at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort. At the core of the initiative is the Macana Ferry, which has been operating affordable services between St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Eustatius, Sabre, St. Martin. Under the campaign, Macana links the participating islands through special packages that include accommodation. St. Kitts Minister of Tourism Marsha Henderson welcomed the new service, which she indicated brings the people together. The initial venture began with an idea between professionals on St. Eustatius and St. Kitts.
Tonight marks a milestone in regional cooperation, a testament to what is possible when we choose collaboration over competition. Each of our islands possess its own distinct charm, its own history and rhythm. Yet together we form a tapestry of experiences that no single destination can offer alone. In an increasingly competitive global tourism market, our strength lies in our ability to collaborate. By combining our resources, our talents, and marketing power, we position ourselves not merely as individual islands, but as a world-class multi-destination experience, one that invites travelers to journey seamlessly across borders, immerse themselves in diverse cultures, and rediscover the Caribbean through a lens of shared heritage and connectivity.
It is with great pride that we launch Four Islands One Escape, a regional initiative that brings together St. Martin, St. Martin, Sabre, St. Eustatius, St. Kitts, and Nevis under one exciting travel experience. Through this campaign, travelers can now enjoy multi-destination discounts aboard the Macana Ferry, making it easier and more affordable than ever to explore the beauty, culture, and charm of our neighboring islands. Whether it's a weekend in Sabre, our cultural trip to Statia, our shopping getaway in St. Martin, our relaxing escape to Nevis, the Macana will be your gift of connection. This initiative represents more than discounted fares. It represents regional unity in motion. By strengthening the ties between our islands, we are investing in a more connected and resilient Caribbean. The Four Islands One Escape campaign encourages residents, visitors alike to think regionally, to see our islands not as competitors, but as partners in progress.
Back in August 2024, I reached out to Kelly Fontenelle, the CEO of tourism here in St. Kitts, with a simple idea. What if we could create true tourism synergy between Statia and St. Kitts, using the Macana Ferry service as our connector? To me, it just made sense. We are neighbors and our waters touch. From the very first conversation with Kelly and Maya Punt of Statia Tourism, we all agreed that this was an initiative worth pursuing. And in true Caribbean spirit, we were able to connect and bring on Sabre, then St. Martin joined, followed by St. Martin, and last but not least, Nevis. What started as a vision between two islands has grown into a regional movement, one that celebrates our shared culture, our diversity, and our unity as Caribbean people.
The travel experiences can be captured in a number of options available for each destination. One of the key travel agencies involved with the program is a 19-year-old IATA-accredited Vacation Connections, and further information could be obtained at macanaescape.com. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
The countdown is on to Antigua and Barbuda's historic hosting of the 28th Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting set for November next year. The event was officially launched on Tuesday at the Sandals Grand Resort. ABS News' Alicia George reports.
Hosting CHOGM is more than just a diplomatic honor. It's a chance for Antigua and Barbuda to shape international discussions around priorities of small island developing states, from climate resilience to sustainable growth. Already, its launch has received commendation from the Honorable Shirley Botchway, Commonwealth Secretary General, who said a rendition by the Antigua Dance Academy made her think that for a moment she was at home.
The drummers, the elegant dancers, and the fabrics that look very much like what we have at home in Ghana.
It's that same sense of togetherness that Antigua and Barbuda hopes to inspire when world leaders gather here from November 1st to 4th, 2026, a unity that bridges global divisions and renews cooperation across the Commonwealth. Prime Minister Gaston Brown says the summit will reinvigorate the spirit of the Commonwealth and showcase the best of Antigua and Barbuda to the world.
Leaders will be challenged to recommit to the Commonwealth's spirit of unity, solidarity, and shared purpose, to catalyze partnerships and drive forward ambitious targets for investments for the benefit of the 2.7 billion people who make up the Commonwealth of Nations. It will also be a moment of immense pride for the people of Antigua and Barbuda as we showcase our culture and the beauty of our twin island nation to the world.
Chair of the CHOGM Task Force, His Excellency Dr. Clarence Pilgrim, called the event a historic milestone, one that will further cement Antigua and Barbuda's growing reputation as a hub for major international conferences.
This journey ahead will require continued collaboration, but today we celebrate the progress that we've made so far.
CHOGM 2026 will bring together leaders from all 56 Commonwealth nations at a time when the world seems more divided than ever. Alicia George for ABS News.
In sports, we're on the pitch with cricket. West Indies T20 international captain Shai Hope says his side is focused on building momentum and maintaining consistency as they prepare to face New Zealand in a 5-match T20I series beginning on Wednesday at Eden Park in Auckland. Here's more from Nasir Mohammed.
The men in maroon arrived in New Zealand fresh off a 3-0 series sweep against Bangladesh, their first T20 international series win since March. And Captain Shai Hope believes the team is in a strong position heading into the World Cup build-up.
And getting the success that we've had says a lot about the unit, the strength of the unit. And I think, it's, like I said, it's a great confidence booster going into this series. Slightly different conditions, maybe totally different conditions. But as we all know, it's one of the biggest things of being a professional cricketer. You got to be able to adapt to each condition you go into.
The Eden Park opener will also be Hope's first experience at the historic ground, and he acknowledges the unique challenge the venue poses.
I haven't seen it as yet. We just got off the bus, but I'm sure I'm going to be a bit surprised at some of the dimensions. But again, something that I'm looking forward to.
With the 2026 ICC Men's T20 World Cup on the horizon, Hope views this series as an important step in preparing for tournament conditions, especially in a tough overseas environment.
We want to be a very good team, and it's about consistency. And if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best in their home territory. So something else that we need to tick off our boxes. But as long as we keep playing good cricket and growing as a team, we think we're going to be very, very strong going into that World Cup.
With 5 T20 internationals scheduled over 9 days, Hope is embracing the challenge of a packed tour and the opportunity it brings to further solidify team cohesion and performance.
We play a lot of tournaments now in this day and age, different leagues around the world, and most of the guys have a lot of back-to-back to play. Even in CPL, sometimes you play 4 games in 5 days. So it's not foreign to us, it's not unfamiliar, but yeah, it's maybe a closer taste to the World Cup.
First ball is at 2:15 a.m. Eastern Caribbean or 1:15 a.m. Jamaica time.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. Thank you so much for watching.